Hi everyone, my name is Omotala Omolaya and you're welcome to TechPoint AMA Not Live Sessions. Okay, so today we have two people in the house to talk about the merits and demerits of payment on delivery. It's more like a debate though. So I have Alex Onya, the founder of Babies Are Beautiful here, and the founder of Drinks.ng, Larry Akinlago. You're both welcome. Okay, so I'm sure we've all heard about the murder of the Jumia delivery guy, which
Yeah.
it was a sad occurrence, and it has raised a lot of, or generated a lot of controversies and debate, both online and offline. So, Alex, I would want you to talk about why you prefer pay on delivery.
Okay. Pay on delivery to me is the safest way to do transactions online.
Okay.
At least I'm sure that what I ordered for is what they produce for me, and I can easily pay. Because in Nigeria, the big merchants, they always say that the Nigerians are the worst, the Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that. But them are actually the worst. Because see, for instance, you come to Jumia,
Yeah.
you say, okay, I want to buy maybe an iPhone 7, and they say they're going to deliver it in 3 days.
Yeah.
You pay. After 5 days, maybe someone will now call you, maybe where you are already in another state.
Yeah.
Either I'm close to your house, are you around? Maybe okay, it's okay, just bring it, just give it to my kid now.
Okay.
Or maybe when they bring the phone, you see that what they even brought is rubbish.
It's
And
different
now-
from what you ordered.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not even working. So what will they have to do? You have to now return it and wait for another 2 weeks to get your money back.
That's if you get it back.
That is if you get it back. So
Okay.
you see that it actually discourages people from even buying online. So if they can bring it to me, I see it and pay. I'm okay.
Okay.
So that's why I prefer pay on delivery.
Okay, so Alex is on team pay on delivery. Larry, what do you feel about that?
See, there's nowhere in the world where people don't make mistakes. Companies make mistakes. In the UK, if I order something from Amazon and I'm not at home, you don't know when it's coming. They'll give it to your neighbor. It's not new. It's not different. So it's no different from here. So if Jumia, who most of the time tell you, they don't tell you it's coming in 3 days. I've never seen Jumia tell you it's coming in 3 days. They will tell you it will come in 2 to 5 days. So it can come anytime between 2 to 5 days.
Okay.
Nigerians just have a impatient, which is fair enough, an impatient attitude of if it's 2 to 5 days, I'd expect it in that 2. They don't expect it in between. They hold on to the one that suits them the most.
Okay, yeah.
And anything after that is a disappointment. But anywhere else in the world, it happens. I can order something now in the UK. I get home, it's not there. They tell me go pick it up from the post office or pick it up from this neighbor. They've left it at the
Wait,
house.
yeah.
It's the same thing. It's no different. And I don't have to collect the payment. They don't have to wait to get payment for me to do that. So I don't really see the difference. There's just a sense of entitlement here that is very different, and everyone's used to. I think what everyone is used to, including Alex, is I'm in traffic. I can buy it right here and now,
Yeah.
and that's what they carry everywhere else with every other business. I want it here and now. I can drive and I want to buy fruit. I could just stop right bang here in the middle of traffic and just buy it from the guy here. Stop on the side of the street, no matter how many people are behind me, and I can get it. And it's the same thing. The customer, rightfully so to a degree, always wants it their way. But it can't always be your way. It's a transaction between two different people, and it has to be convenient for both parties, not just one.
Okay, so you're not for pay on delivery.
Never.
Okay, great. This is going to be interesting. But Konga and Jumia have this. There is this thing. They entered. They were able to penetrate the e-commerce market or industry in Nigeria because they started with the pay on delivery. So from here on out, knowing that their delivery people are, or their delivery men or dispatch riders are in danger right now, what do you think can be done to curb?
You know, like when I spoke with Larry before this session, I asked him how do you guys launch? They said that they launched. They started in Nigeria food, then they have to start streamlining their stuffs.
Okay.
Okay, now you see that they were excited about what they have and they launched food, and they start seeing too many mitigations they have to now cut down. So I suggest like for companies like this, maybe you can say, okay, let me do for Lekki, VI, Ikoyi,
Okay.
pay on delivery is available for these people. So if you're around this area, these are people that at least have a little bit more integrity than people on the mainland. So if you start like this, you can see that it works better. So now, and there are too many things involved. You know, Nigerians we don't pay attention to details. Even the big companies, they don't pay attention to details. We just do the thing based on the way they saw it in Amazon or the way they saw it in UK, America. Nigeria is totally different. Nigerians are like Nigerians. Like I said, Nigerians can be totally unsincere, and Nigerians can be totally very sincere. It depends on what you are projecting to them.
Okay.
If you tell me that this is okay, for example, that this is what I ordered for, this is what I'm going to get, and I've seen it a couple of times. Honestly, I'm going to sell your market to everybody, and everybody's going to trust you. But this, I've ordered for this has not worked. And also, let me tell you, aside from that, there are people that are criminals. Some people are even trying to do this as a revenge, just that they killed someone in the process. You know, there are many things that must have happened to you with all these people. You just find a way to revenge. You have seen a situation whereby, let me just use telco for instance, they keep calling you and telling you rubbish. Someone will just call them and start telling them, so this is what people are doing to me. I've seen a funny comic stuff about it. So you see that these guys, they are working hard, but they're not working hard enough. So me, I was telling him that you shouldn't, because most of them are just focused on making their money.
Okay.
They're not even interested on people that are buying much. They just want you to, it's delivered, take it, and they go.
Okay.
They don't even understand they don't even take our feedbacks. We give them feedback, but I don't even think they use it. So you see that they keep getting worse and worse and worse. So as they are getting worse, we are getting worse too. So the only option is that they have to just pull up. And now I see that they even struggle. They struggle more to be able to survive in this e-commerce business, because them also, they are not doing their work very well. Because I see that if they do their work very well, it becomes a lot more easier. Let me say, for instance, now, you know, someone can easily say Nigeria is an unsincere place. They can't even do business. Uber came. They had a very strong system. They're not even operating from Nigeria. They just have branch offices here. And you see that their model is working. You enter an Uber taxi, you can sleep off. You get to your location, you go. Even safer than normal Nigerian taxi. If someone have told you this in like 5 years ago, would you believe that?
No.
Good. These people have a strong system, but these guys, I can't even trust them.
Can I address that? Sure. So I'll answer his question. Get his points before I come to yours. I don't know how many people here use Uber, but you say the Uber system is strong. But the Nigerians' characteristics of unsincerity is even stronger. I think for every 5 Ubers I get into, 2 offer me their personal phone number to call them directly. That's completely eradicated the Uber system. For every other 5 Ubers I get into, I spend 15-20 minutes of my time directing him to where I am, despite the fact that he has the GPS. That completely eradicates the Uber system you're talking about. When I'm going where I'm going, a lot of times I have to direct him where he's going, despite having a GPS. That completely eradicates the Uber system that you're so saying is so great. So I think you probably need to look at the system that you're thinking is so great, and it really isn't. The only thing that I think Nigeria is one of the first few countries where even Uber had to start taking cash. Again, that eradicates the Uber system that you think is so great. Everywhere else, it works seamlessly. Nigeria is a big challenge on its own for any business, no matter how big, strong, or rich they are. So Uber's not perfect either, and they do get it wrong as well. If you go to Abuja Airport, Uber can't go and pick you up from there because Nigeria's system has eradicated that possibility because the local taxi drivers don't allow them to go there.
Yeah.
That's another system. So Uber doesn't have it perfect either. They have their own challenges. I just personally think maybe you don't use it enough to come across all these obstacles. But I have 3 Uber drivers' numbers on my phone now that have been converted from using an Uber to me calling them directly. And there are many other people like that. Many others. In terms of the guy, us not doing our jobs, I give you an example of you saying e-commerce companies are not doing their jobs. Let me give you a typical example of the Nigerian mentality in society. I give great kudos to someone like Governor Ambode, who in my opinion has done a lot to eradicate traffic in Nigeria. Go around Lagos, you see they've put fences across the roads so people can't run across the
Cross,
roads
yeah.
to eradicate traffic. No matter how much you try to create a system to benefit people, the people destroy it. Go and look at those same things now. They've all been broken, ripped apart, and destroyed so people can get across the road. Is that the system or is that the people? That's an attitude of the people. Naturally to break down barriers and authority to get things to be the way they want it, to suit them personally. How do you address that? You can't say that the government's not doing their job when you see them doing things like that. And it's the same with the e-commerce companies. Now, I'm a bit confused about the answer, but great kudos to Jumia and Konga for introducing cash on delivery. It's something that they had to do to break the market and open the market to everybody, so everybody was a lot more comfortable using it. That gives no justification to kill drivers. That gives no justification to steal people's goods. That gives no justification to delay people. That gives no justification to order something online, and then when they call you to say they're delivering it, you tell them, I'm in London, I'm not there. There's no justification for any of that bad behavior. That's just the nature of the people. So I don't know what you mean by they're not doing enough work. As far as I'm concerned, people like Jumia and Konga who have now introduced, Konga particularly have invested huge sums of money to create different payment platforms like Konga Pay, which they shouldn't have to do. That money should go into their business and profiting their business and their employees. But it hasn't. It's gone into fixing a system that the people are creating a problem for. That has nothing to do with it. Nowhere else does an e-commerce company have to create their own payment platform. It's not necessary. So I completely disagree with the fact you say they're not doing enough work. They're doing a lot of work. Konga and Jumia have literally created their own Nypost. They've literally created their own logistics companies. They shouldn't have to do that. And you still say that they're not doing enough work. They have contract staff who deliver for them. People with their own personal cars that work for them to go and do delivery. They're creating jobs for people. You can't say they're not doing any work to eradicate these problems. The problem still boils down to customers wanting things the way they want it, how they want it. These are the same customers that tell you, he said he's going to be here at 3, and he wasn't here at 3. I'm sorry. When I got here, even before coming here, anywhere in the world, black people have something called black people time. Nigerians have Nigerian time. 9 Nigerians out of 10 are never on time for anything they're doing. But you expect a delivery driver, despite all the obstacles they face, to be on time all the time to deliver to you. What makes you any different from him?
Okay, now, from what you said, see, the people are bad. But it depends on the system. If you create a system, let me use it for instance. Someone that lives in Ajegunle, for instance, it's expected that the person has to be RAS.
Yeah.
If the person comes to Banana, how would the person behave?
You mean Banana Island?
Banana Island.
Okay.
How would the person behave?
In the Raz way still.
The person will respect himself.
Okay.
That rasness will
Form
be inside, but he will not bring it out.
Okay.
He will respect himself, sit down where he's meant to sit down, because there is a working system where he is. The same country, different locations. You brought someone different and bring the person here. So now you see that it depends on the system you create. Like in your office, for instance, now someone can come and say, okay, you know what? If I see that people are eating anyhow here, if I come, I'll just join and eat. But if nobody eats and everybody respects each other, I join in the system. I create the system. So what I'm saying, for instance, is this: if you check, they say that he's trying to say that they're using their personal. Doesn't concern the customers. My own is this: it's better you tell me that you can't deliver for me than telling me that you will deliver for me and bring rubbish. Like, okay, last month I bought 2 iPhones from Apple Store and I delivered this to my friends in America.
Okay.
There's one I wanted to buy. He said, sorry, currently unavailable for this time. I have to wait till 9 p.m. if I can buy it. If I can buy that product. You see that you don't have it, or you don't want to deliver, or you don't even have it available at that point. But Nigerians, they will tell that they will deliver, and they will not deliver. And how would that? Okay, now they tell that they deliver by 3 o'clock, for instance, and you have left because there's difference between. See, 1 hour gap is much for every Nigerian because we are very impatient. We want things to be done fast, and if you can be able to deliver these things fast, we trust you with our whole life. But if you can't do this thing, why should I keep wasting my time? And just like 5 minutes away from my house, I can see a banner, I can see ShopRite, I can see this, I can see that. So why should I, every time I keep waiting for these guys to keep frustrating my life, and maybe what they will bring again, because the annoying part is not just that they delay. If they delay and bring something awesome, then you can say, okay, let me just pardon them. But they will delay, they bring something that is not working. So you see that, it's frustrating. It's very easy to say that Nigerians are this and that, but you that is buying your hard-earned money and you're giving it to these guys and they are telling you rubbish. So that is why I say that pay on delivery is safest for us.
Okay.
So that if you bring it, I see what you brought, I pay. But you don't like, not as if I'm totally saying that everything they're doing is wrong. But you can see that there are some factors. Nigerians, there are some settings everywhere. Where
I get that. The Nigerian devils.
Yes,
So
there.
we'll come back to that. We'll go on a short break now. We'll be right back. Don't move your so. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so we still have Mr. Alex and Mr. Larry in the building. So, guys, the payment on delivery thing has been attached to the death of the late Mr. Chukuma Eleje, the Jumia delivery guy that went to deliver 2 iPhone 7 to a compound in Ada George in Port Harcourt. Do you think it's relatable, or they are two standalone events?
So first of all, I mean, it's unfortunate that someone died or was killed, which is an isolated incident. I don't know how. It doesn't really relate to the payment and delivery largely because one, I don't know if it was only those products for those people that he was delivering, and I don't know if whether they paid for it or not, whether they had intentions of using it for rituals or whatever, or if they just wanted to kill him so they don't have to pay for the phone. But one thing I'd explained before is that if you look around, in comparison to 2-3 years ago, you would see Jumia and Konga branded vans everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You don't see them no more because this sort of thing has been happening for a very long time. Maybe not being killed, but beaten, and those guys are a bit extreme. Jumia guys' trucks have been emptied in areas I've been in. I've seen where the driver is coming with the truck. He's been asked nicely by the area boys, come down.
And start to empty the truck.
Yeah, open the truck, and they'll empty the truck. End of story. Our guys, like I said, we've delivered drinks to places. At least they told him to empty the truck and then go. They tell our guys, just get down off the bike and take a bus and go. They take the drinks, they take the bike, they keep everything. There's nothing, that's just some of the things that have happened over time. I think the only extremism for this one is someone was actually killed and stored away.
Okay.
Whether or not it's because of the phones or no one really knows what happened. Did a fight break out? No one knows anything. I don't want to believe it's simply just because of those phones that they killed him.
Alex?
I think it's because of those things.
Okay.
Because, in Nigeria, there's some people that are walking demons. And, I can call those guys, they are like hackers. Because what they do is this. In Nigeria, you have heard people die using Facebook. A lot of people have died using Facebook. They connected, they did this, they did that. You see that Nigerians misuse every privilege. Anything you give to Nigerians, they must misuse it. So once you have a system, just be checking out for loopholes. Like entering the e-commerce market now will be a lot more easier. Just like he has pointed out, because you have seen some challenges that they have had, you can easily cover it up for yourself. So, but these guys are evil.
So you think the late Mr. Ledger would not have met his death if he hadn't gone there to deliver?
Sure.
But again, the question is, did he die because of payment on delivery? Or did he die because of where he went to deliver?
Because you see that two things, he died because of where he went to deliver and because of payment on delivery too, because they have seen the worth of iPhone 7 and they can't even equate it to his life.
Well, that suits me. That even more reason why you should do payment on delivery.
But if that one is different,
It's different, it's the same thing.
So how is it different?
Why is different is this? Like he said, when I was talking to him, he said that they have devised a different model.
Okay.
They don't do payment on delivery on the
Okay.
main, but they do on the island. In Lekki via Ikoyi. This is people that you can trust.
Okay.
So because of these things, you don't
Sorry, is
I
that
never
because
said that.
you said it outside.
No. I never said that's because people we can trust.
Okay.
Don't get it mistaken.
Sorry.
The people on the mainland are not any more or less trustworthy than the people on the island.
island? Okay.
Not at all. In fact, in my experience, they're the same thing. They just have different systems. A mainland person or someone with less disposable income will use aggression to get what they want. Someone on the island who probably has more disposable income will just use intimidation. Regardless of which way you want to look at it, no one's more or less more trustworthy. You're less cautious on the island, but largely because of the communities you're in, the expatriates to a degree. But in terms of people personally being more or less trustworthy, no, I didn't say that. I don't think that. I believe everyone should be treated with the same amount of caution.
So what do you think is the solution to this delivery thing? Because it's a huge challenge right now.
I don't have a problem. I don't do payment on delivery. If you want it, you want it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. At the end of the day, as I explained before, our single largest transaction on our portal has been about 10.5 million naira. Someone has paid 10.5 million naira for drinks without seeing anything. Yes, he called us, say, look, I want to buy these drinks. I hope they're original. I hope they're this, hope they're this. We've diverted them to the Instagram pages. Look at our Twitter page. Do you see any complaints of any fake goods or anything like that? Moet Hennessy have taken me to France to just verify that we're a good partner and a good customer to these companies. So you can see that. And that's all he needed. 10.5 million naira he paid. We've had 7 million, 5 million. There are people that get the value of the service. There are people that appreciate the effort and work that's been put into what we're doing. And for our business particularly, the comparison is the open market. And if you're willing to go through that, even without payment on delivery, going into the open market, that's not any more trustworthy. The goods are not any more authentic. In fact, you're in more danger there than you are buying from us. At least with us, there are people you can come to. There are people you can trace. There's someone you can complain to. In the open market, you buy fake goods, you guys will argue it out. And that's the end of it. So that comparison, I don't see how payment on delivery solves that problem, because the people you're going to pay to, they've been selling fake goods for years. They've been selling unauthentic products. They've been giving bad service. You've gone to the market before, right? If you go there and ask the guy, I want 10 iPhones, he can't give it to you right there and then. He will tell you to wait. He will go to Shogunle, he'll go to Yaba, he'll go here, and then you'll be waiting there for an hour and a half. If that's your trade-off to payment on delivery, there is nothing that you're not looking for the e-commerce service. Because if you're willing to travel that distance, wait in the sun, be told and left standing there for an hour to 2 hours to wait for something, there's nothing. Our convenience is not something that you're after. And there's no way we can capture you as a customer right now until you as an individual start to appreciate the service for yourself. You have to appreciate the value of your own time before you can appreciate the service we're offering. And whether you have to pay for it before or after, I mean, that's a decision up to you as to how much you really want it, and how much you're willing to wait or slightly inconvenience yourself, if you want to say. Having to wait in your house or tell someone to wait an hour extra, to me, that's a pretty fair trade-off as a comparison to traveling somewhere in harsh conditions and being told to wait. That's a small price to pay.
Okay, I think there's some things you guys need to do. Okay, for instance, I've used a couple of services online. Like, okay, I've used Fiverr.
You use what?
I've used Fiverr.
Fiverr, okay.
I've used it a couple of times. Normally, if you do this kind of thing in Nigeria, fraud will be much. But you see that there's high level of integrity. This is how these people design their system. They made it very strict.
But Fiverr is service-based, not product-based.
And now we can relate it to what we're talking about now. See, the essence of maybe, for instance, using a verification badge on Facebook is that they know you. There are some certain things, and now, luckily enough, we have BVM. You know, I can meet a girl and ask what's your name, say your name is Chandelier. And if I take your bank account number, I'll verify your name is maybe Omotola or something.
But why would I give you my account number?
Okay, seriously.
No, I'm saying is this. There are, for you to put your card on my site, you can trust me with a BVM.
Okay.
Good. So if we can use this data to authenticate individuals, and maybe you can have like verified profiles. So maybe if you have a verified profile, we can actually do pay on delivery for you. So there are some measures you guys need to check using our available technology. And if you guys can be able to do these things, you see that it becomes less dangerous, and safer. And you see that these things should be able to work better.
Okay.
Since it's in the business, sometimes because of the experience, they close their mind.
But I'm a
to
bit
some of these
confused. From all the examples you've given, authentication of the customer hasn't been the problem. It's been the service that you've been rendered. So if authentication, I don't even think authentication of the customer is a big problem at the moment. At the end of the day, you're buying something. Maybe for the unfortunate murder, which is a very, very, very rare occasion. I don't think authentication of customers is an issue.
But people have been speculating that it's something that
Oh.
happens frequently. It's just they don't post official statements about them.
Until I know how big a problem it is, then I don't know. But at the moment, for me, I don't know if authentication. It hasn't been a problem for us.
Okay, what about escrow services? So like having pickup points or outlets for people in different parts of Lagos.
People do that already. Konga have pickup centers. Jumia have pickup centers. We have pickup centers. People have them already. That's just a retail store in a different design. That doesn't change anything. That's just walking in. A pickup center still means you're doing payment on delivery. We still get the inconvenience in the same way. We still get the costs in the same way. To ship it from our warehouse to a pickup center doesn't mean you have to go. Doesn't mean you'll remember to go. Doesn't mean when you'll get there, you'll change your mind. You order 10 cartons of Hennessy. We've shipped it there. That cost is already there. You now get there. I've changed my mind. I don't want 10. I want 6. And you start negotiating. That doesn't change anything. It's still the problem of the customer trying to personalize the service every step of the way, which, yes, he has a right to do so, but they need to be a bit flexible with how they try to do that. You're having a dispatch rider, which unfortunately these guys are not hugely educated. He has an invoice. If he has to do payment on delivery, he has an invoice. It's, let's say for argument's sake, it's 16,713 naira.
Yeah.
To him, that could be too many numbers, too much calculation.
Yeah.
You want him to keep going to every customer. Even for us, some of them punch in the amount on the POS wrong. They punch it in wrong. Impatient, customer hassling them, the sun,
Yeah.
in a hurry to get somewhere, and they get the wrong number. Right?
Yeah, but I think,
Yeah.
I think, you are missing out the point. See, I insist on quality. I insist on organizing your system. Let me give, for instance, I actually run a software company also.
Okay.
We build software for schools. So when we came into the market, I've actually heard a lot of people tell you that you have too many players there. But I was insisting on quality. I told my people, calm down, let's get this thing right. Now once we get this thing right, the way it's meant to be, everybody will fall in love with us. And immediately we got it right, everybody had to fall in love with us. You see that we never spent one kobo in marketing. A lot of people come to us. You understand?
Okay.
So now, these are the things that they don't look at. They don't go so deep.
No disrespect to your business, but so long as you're in Nigeria, you have Nigerian employees and Nigerian customers, there's nothing you can tell me. You've got it right to a degree, but you don't have it perfect. Just like the other companies don't
You
have
know
it
what?
perfect.
Maybe you come around, you see how
It's not possible. It's not possible.
we can't get it, but listen, to my company,
Mhm.
we work as if we're in Silicon Valley. Let me just give you the like that.
I'm sorry,
And-
Jumia, Konga, Drinks NG, they've got it right to a large degree. They will never be able to get it perfect. One, the infrastructure doesn't even allow them to get it perfect. Your biggest problem is the time they come. Your biggest problem is the authentication of the products. I, for one, can't talk about the authentication of the product because ours are fine. But you're talking about the time you come. I don't have a problem with Lassima in London. I don't have a problem with crooked police. I don't have a problem with bad roads. I don't have a problem when it rains, the roads are flooded. I don't have a problem with people parking stupidly on the road and creating traffic that doesn't need to be created. I don't have a problem with a government official coming to the city and all unannounced, and all of a sudden the whole city is shut down. I don't have a problem with all of these things. Yet you're aware. I don't have a problem with not just Lassima, even some of the other area boys holding up our riders. All these problems can't be accounted for. Yet you go through them, but you expect us to
See.
act like they don't exist.
Larry, this is your problem. Before you enter a market,
No.
you must see, listen, just like, let me just give you another instance. Maybe you come to a bank and they tell you that the network is slow or the network is not working.
Mhm.
Is that my problem?
Yes, it is your problem because there's nothing you can do about it, and you deal with it now.
Would you think if you were informed earlier, like, Larry made some valid points just now about the whole road closure and last man that. So if they were held up in whatever problem, they should call?
They should know and they should inform me, then I'll come.
So here's the point I made earlier. He speaks like a true customer. All these things that he has to deal with in his personal life, they're our problem. But he goes through them. Surely it's his problem as well.
Yeah.
He says, if all these problems occur, you heard his first statement, we should know. How are you going to know these things? How do you anticipate these problems? You can't.
No, I'm sure he's not saying you should anticipate. He
He just
says
said
at
we
the
should
point
know.
of occurrence, they
You should
call.
know.
They should inform us.
So have you tried stopping in traffic to go on your phone? Number one, it's illegal. You're aware of that, right? You can't pick up your phone and start calling.
I do hand.
Do hands-free. With a rider that has a helmet, my man, you're trying to find a way that you think that we have no problems, or whatever problems we have, we should find a way to deal with it. But I can guarantee you, in your own personal life, you haven't dealt with it. You haven't dealt with last month. You haven't dealt with floods. You haven't dealt with police. You haven't dealt with it.
Let me ask you a question.
You haven't dealt with network problems at the bank.
Listen,
Deal with it.
listen first. You people have an image you project.
Yeah.
Buy, deliver fast. If you know that these things are your problems and want to push it to us, advertise this problem so that we'll have
You hear
reasons
him?
not to buy from
Yeah,
you.
Larry, he's talking like a true customer.
No,
This is a
he's
customer.
talking like a person who wants a personalized service. I have never heard Jumia or Konga say buy and deliver fast. That's what he wants. They've never said that. If anything, you order from them, they tell you 3 to 5 days. Did you see my point I made earlier?
Yeah.
They want it the way they want it. No one has ever said buy and deliver fast. He just wants it fast in his own time. And if it doesn't come in his own time, he's unhappy. I don't know one company that says buy and deliver fast. I've never said that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. My house to Urbana is like 5 minutes drive, and they have everything I can order in Jumia. Why should I buy from you?
I can answer that quite easily.
So you're saying that Nigeria is probably not ready for e-commerce?
Nigeria, the people that are coming in anyway, not because it's the first entry, so there are too many hurdles that they have to pass through.
Okay.
But if they do their stuff better than they are doing now, Nigeria will.
We'll be receptive.
Is it Nigeria or the people? Like I said to you, the same issues that you have. In the UK, I order from Amazon. See, Nigeria is actually in a better position than most modern markets. The reason being is, in a modern market, ordering online is actually a convenience because most people work. Most people are at work. They know how long they're going to be at work. They know when they're going to be on the train. They know when they're going to be home. Go and order an Amazon in London. They tell you they're delivering it tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow. There's no morning, night, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It's tomorrow. If you're not at home, you're not at home. It will get to your house. If your neighbor takes it, he takes it. If your neighbor doesn't take it, they take it to the post office. You see, the problem there is the people. It's a lack of trust. In the UK, they can give it to your neighbor. They can take it to the post office. You can't do that here. Your neighbor will tell you they didn't give me anything. In Nigeria, most people don't work. There are a lot of entrepreneurs. Everybody has house helps. Everybody has a gate man. Somebody has someone. You're actually in a better position to utilize e-commerce than most modern markets. You just don't, because you're naturally just difficult, inconsiderate, and you just want things the way you want it. Because you can't tell me that a country that has so many obstacles, you don't experience, and especially without knowing you, I know 9 out of 10 appointments you have, you're late. I know, because it's just the culture. But you give yourself an excuse and it's okay. But as long as the foot is on the other shoe, there's no excuse. That person must create magic. How?
Okay. Let me tell you one of their problems. You know, they have okay, maybe before their founders, they have been in America, France, and the rest.
Yeah.
They have seen the way things work. They will just want to come and replicate everything
In Nigeria,
Don't
okay.
even understand. See, the approach to e-commerce in Nigeria could have been a lot more different, and it would be easier for them. They know they could have, if they have come in another form, I believe it would be easier. But they just came the way they saw it in London.
They don't understand the
They
Nigerian
don't even
system.
understand the Nigerian system. And if you check, some of these guys have not even spent maybe like 15 straight years in Nigeria.
That's funny.
Yes.
Because the people that have spent 15 straight years in Nigeria haven't managed to do it themselves.
Okay, let me come in. Let me give you this example. So a friend of mine ordered something from Konga very recently and used Konga Pay service. And I think the company or someone called her that they will be at her office. It was a Friday. They were supposed to deliver on a Friday. They will be at her office by 12. Okay. And she still did not get the package until the next Monday.
The next Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the fault of Konga.
Okay.
They should own up and admit it, apologize and all of that. But in a case where you don't get it, I think that is where you're coming from, right?
No,
Exactly.
I disagree. He does not care whether he gets an apology or not. He wants it when he wants it. What happened with Congo is not an excuse. However, I will say, where was your friend? Where was her office?
Yaba. It's Yaba.
Yaba. Yaba today, is it like this on Friday, traffic-wise?
Well,
It's not. It's worse. And there are a lot more obstacles around Lagos like that. I have no idea what happened with Conga, and I don't condone it, but I'm pretty sure it's something that they will try to iron out. It doesn't happen all the time, and there are these few problems. But a phone call, yes, I'm pretty sure they probably would have done that. And if they didn't, I mean, they can handle that. But it's not the only problem that these guys have. It's not the only problem that you
But
have.
I think the area that has to do with communication is another key, because I can remember Arik has been known to frustrate customers.
That's good that
And
you
you see
say
that Epis, they experience almost the same issue.
Mhm.
But what do? They will inform you earlier. So you don't have to come to the airport hoping to travel by maybe 4 p.m.
and just
they
sit
shift you.
down. Yeah.
So Epis will tell you, sorry, we have cancelled. They will tell you in the morning or maybe a day before.
Mhm.
So you're already aware. So when you come, you just come by that time. So you see that people are...
Hands up, I agree with you there. No,
Yeah.
that's not a problem. I agree with you.
So good. If you guys know that you have seen these issues, which is your business, this is why you invest a lot of money in it. You can now inform your customers, see.
Look,
Is to make your service better.
customer service is a point on its own as a side to payment on delivery. So that's a customer service issue, and I agree with that.
Okay, so we'll go on a short break now. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. We still have Alex and Larry in the building. So we asked the question on Facebook where we asked people that why do you prefer payment on delivery? So we got some responses. Part of what we got was fear of getting fake products, tendency of items being delivered to a different address, satisfaction, fraudulent online practices. I prefer POD because some merchants on popular Nigerian markets are not honest. They copy photos and product specs from the internet that are far from what they sell. So some people prefer seeing before they believe and all of that. So someone said, I still don't trust the quality of goods delivered. It seems like the right things. We are Nigerians after all. So I want us to talk about the Nigerian mentality, because it seems like the Nigerian way of doing things is different from the world's way of doing things. I mean, we are Nigerians, so it's very different. So
Okay, Nigerians are actually very difficult people. But for Nigerians to trust you, you just need to let them know that you are different from this normal people. And
what does it take to earn that trust?
It takes consistency in excellence.
Okay.
And if you are consistent for a while, you're already sure that this is it. And you know, Nigeria is very easy it's actually very easy for everybody to trust you. Because once I can trust you, I wouldn't want my sister or my brother to go with the wrong people. I have to convince everybody, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. And you see that with time, everybody trusts you. But the moment you fail once, twice, and the third time, I can never trust you again. So Nigeria is just, if you come, you are very consistent in excellence, and you continue your excellence without failing.
Okay.
End for Nigeria.
So once you have a comma in it, you're done.
If you have 3 commas, you are done. But if you have 2 commas, they can pardon you.
Okay. What do you feel about that?
No, I agree with that. To me, that's just normal business ethics, that you try to do things the right way. With counterfeit products, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
So I have no argument for that. And obviously, in the business that I'm in, we can't be seen to even dabble in counterfeit products, because for us, it only needs to happen once or twice. I don't even think there's 3 chances and all of that. One person gets a counterfeit product, he'll just go online and tell the whole world. So we don't even have that luxury of even trying to do that. Our business partners, the Hennessy's, the Agios, we do that. They see that we do that. They stop doing business with us because we work closely with them. So for us, we don't see it. We understand from a customer's point of view why that is important, but we also go above and beyond to make them realize and understand that we don't even do things like that. And there's no complaints about that from us in terms of unauthentic products.
So what's different about Nigeria? Because you've mentioned how Nigerians want something a certain way.
I'm
And
not
all of
going to
that.
lie. Like he said, and I'm quoting him, they're difficult, very difficult. Because like I said, I don't see anything different here to anywhere else. As I explained, in the UK, I literally go there, I go online, I go on Amazon, all the things I need, I'll just sit down one night and order all of them. And I go about my business. When I come home, I'll either see the goods in my step, because I've got a gate there, or I'll see a card that says go pick up at the post office or go and pick up from a neighbor somewhere. The e-commerce companies haven't found a way around it. The way around it is society. If you're not at home, because they tell you, Amazon do the same thing. They'll tell you it will come between the 3rd and the 10th. Sometimes their lead times are even longer, because I think some of the stuff comes from different parts of Europe as well.
Okay.
The difference is they can get there and say, go and pick it up from your neighbor at number 15. We left it with your neighbor at number 20. You can't do that in Nigeria.
No.
If you could do that in Nigeria, these things won't be a problem. So what is it that the e-commerce companies need to fix that the European companies haven't fixed? We haven't fixed our people's integrity. And that's not something us as a company can do. The people themselves need to do that. The country itself needs to do that. Because you keep saying we're not working hard enough. Amazon's a multi-billion-dollar company. They haven't solved that problem. The society they live in and work in has solved it for itself. Just give it to his neighbor. They're not going to keep coming back. If a neighbor is willing to take it, they give it. If a neighbor is not willing to take it, they will tell you, we'll bring it back one more time. If you're not there, they cancel it. And 9 times out of 10, most people in the modern market are not at home. They're at work. So I don't know what you want us to fix, but tell us what you want us to fix that Amazon haven't fixed.
Okay. Like I said, Nigerians are very difficult people. But if there's an approach we use for them, you can win their hearts. See, what you guys need to do is not much. What I'm saying is, just do what you say. If you can't do, say it.
Do they need to learn from MMM, for instance?
I think they should learn. Okay, yes. You guys should learn something from MMM. MMM will tell you this is what they will do, and they did it. And when it failed, they can never come back again.
So MMM told you that if you put money in, you'd get money out.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's over a couple 100,000 people that didn't get their money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why it lasted,
No.
everybody trusted.
You said we should, yes, while it lasted.
You should learn 2 things there.
So we should learn. So we should learn to be around for a short space of time.
No. You should learn to do what
What
you
are you
say.
saying? Things? Okay. But MMM didn't.
They didn't do what they said.
They didn't write through.
No. See, a lot of people I know did MMM.
Okay.
I never did.
Okay.
I know that it's going to fail. But the people that did earlier on, at least I know a lot of people that earned a lot of millions with MMM. And because of what they have seen, they convinced all their
Other
family
people.
members to join. And they have been considered for a while till they failed. Everybody pulled back. You see that Nigerians trusted them because they did what they said. They said you're going to get your money in 30 days. And in 30 days, you get your money. At least I know like 15 people that did it and they got all their money anytime they invest.
But don't you think that is a problem, a larger problem? If people can invest money in a scheme like MMM and would not want to invest in
It
the
should tell you that
e-commerce.
Nigerians just need you to say, do what you say. Let one person test it, 2 people test and 3 people test. It's very easy for you to scale. But not when one person tests and the person have already seen comma, the next one comma. How will I now convince the next person to come and join you guys?
So I think the problem that I think the biggest problem e-commerce companies have made is trying to go above and beyond to the largest extent, satisfy the customers in every way possible, because it was never going to be possible.
Yeah, that's true.
We create our own problem by trying to please you too much. If we didn't, I think things would have been a bit better and a bit more level.
Sure.
Because the MMM example, I'm sorry, I can't get with that. Those guys they forged a scam that was always going to last for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
It worked because it had to be done quick and fast. I don't see that as a good example at all.
So you don't get something from the MMM?
I get you're saying that you give a reliable service. It's easy to make something work perfectly if it's going to explode. If you're putting an unrealistic amount of money into something, knowing it's going to explode. That's not a good strategy. You can't expect the likes of Drinks.ng, Conga, and Jumia to spend. We could do something. We could just say, okay, there's a distribution center in literally almost every single local government, and then there's dispatch riders enough for almost every single street. We could do that. That will cost a hell of an amount of money, but it can be done, and then you'd be happy, right? But then we'd all go bust in like a year. But then you'd be happy. Because that's the same thing you're asking about with MMM.
See, if you guys know that you are not ready to expand to Port Harcourt or something, and you know you can fix Lagos, even if you can't do the whole Lagos, you can just do like Ikoyi, do them. If people in the mainland request, sorry, it's currently not available for this location. It's very easy to understand. But you guys say what you don't do. That is my problem. Don't say it if you're not ready to do it.
No, continue.
I don't think it's a thing that people can't do. I think the obstacles are unforeseen.
Obstacles is your problem, not my problem. If you know this
saying
obstacle, see, I paid you to go through all these things and bring my product. I don't understand what you're saying. If you can advertise these obstacles, I can never come to you guys.
Does the bank advertise that the network is going to go down? Does the bank advertise that there's not going to be
I'm not
money
trying to
in
say that the
ATMs?
bank is perfect. They have their own problem.
But you
can't avoid using the bank.
Yes, you can.
I can avoid using you guys.
Yes, you
I can't
can.
avoid using bank.
You can.
How can I will put
Keep
all
your
my
money
money
at home. Yes.
and they'll come and rob me and kill me now.
Oh, but the point is, you can inconvenience yourself to a degree for the bank. But you can't.
The bank is out of the question. I can't even do that.
Okay.
You can't put your money in the house.
So your grouse is with the e-commerce industry.
E-commerce, I can do. Sure, I can do without you guys.
The point I am making is that
Yeah.
every institute has problems. Banks, NEPA, roads, everyone has problems. We have our challenges. The worst thing is that the infrastructure is not even there for us, and you're aware of it.
Yeah.
And all the problems that we encounter, you encounter them in your own daily lives, but you understand for yourself. You don't understand for us. I think someone being an hour late or whatever, I don't think they do it on purpose, and I don't think it's a big deal. The problem is, Nigeria works, or Lagos in particular, is such a fast-paced society that if someone says they're going to be there at 3, we plan on top of planning and on top of planning. So the person has to be there. There is nothing we're ever going to be able to do about that. Just make your neighbors your friends, and then we'll deliver it and drop it with your neighbor.
Larry, for instance, they invited you for a meeting for 11, and you can't make it by 11, and I informed you that, sorry, I can't make it by 11. Okay, I'll be here maybe 12. It's very easy. You can say, okay, next time you can trust me.
I am happy you said that, but in Nigeria, including you have a meeting at 11, you would more likely call me at 5 to 11 to let me know you can't make it at 11.
No, I don't do that.
So what do you do?
Wrong. I inform you earlier that, okay, I cannot be able to make it. Okay, let's make it by 12. But someone that says he's going to make it by 11 will not even inform you that he's going to make it by 12. You'll be waiting 11 o'clock right there. Then the person now arrives by 12. Next time, how can you trust that person?
Fair enough.
So you can see that it's not about the issue of whether you came late or you didn't come late. But there's integrity from your own part, which is communication.
Okay, so let's have the concluding statement so that we can wrap this up. Larry, let's start from you.
So for us, I can only speak for our company. We don't do payment on delivery. We do communicate very well. We never give specific times. We always give a window because you can't give a specific time. If we do ever disappoint customers, what we have tried to do is give people vouchers for the next time so that they can use again, because we're not going to fix the problems in Nigeria. It's not possible. You're just not going to fix them. We can work around them and try to beat them to the best of our possibility, but it's just not possible. What we would do on behalf of the customers is to identify and recognize the problems that we face. I think the more you agree that the problems we face are real, as much as Ebano is in 5 minutes away from you, you're not always going to be at home to order what you want. If you're in traffic, you can call us, we'll drop a few at home. Try and get a situation conducive enough for you as well to help us. We're here as a business to help your life to be more convenient. What customers need to take into consideration to try and help business to be comfortable for us. And I think everybody will be happy, but trying to put 100% of the problem, the blame, and the solution, I mean, we're not the federal government, and even they can't solve their own problems.
Alex?
Okay, I think the problem of Nigeria is made open to everyone. We know it. Let me give, for instance, we have a meeting in maybe in let's say we have a meeting in Ikeja, for instance. Maybe at this period, you know that there'll be traffic. I know there'll be traffic. You know there'll be traffic, and you are telling me that we are going to be there before maybe 3 or 4 p.m. I know you'll not be there. So now you finally arrive late. It makes me know that I can't even trust this guy. But it's very easy for you to tell me, see, oh, I can't make it. These are the issues, this. Now, next time I can trust you. At least we are sincere enough. So what we are asking for from these guys is this. Be honest to us. Tell us how these things are. We will understand. But don't tell us that these things are gold, while at the end of the day, this is copper. Tell us this is, communicate with us.
So sincerity is
Be
what you're
sincere
asking.
to us, then we can partner with you guys. But if you are not sincere, we'll make the things even worse than it is right now.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Shake hands, make peace. Thank you. It's been a wonderful. We hope you will join us next month on our Tech Points Ask Me Anything live sessions, where we bring industry giants to talk about their fears, their life, their career, and every other thing. Thank you very much. Have a great month. Bye.